I'm Jessica Chobot, full-time gamer and mom, here to help parents, grandparents, or anyone who may be brand new to the world of gaming or just a little bit out of the loop get the most out of their gaming experience. Now, this is the show where we do all of that by diving into some of the lesser-known topics of gaming for families. Today, I'll be joined by some special guests as we look at setting up your console for the first time, managing your family's accounts, and setting child safety features. Plus, you'll want to bring the kids along when we reveal our short list of the hottest titles so that your Xbox will be prepped, secure, and loaded with the perfect games for the whole family to enjoy this holiday season. So you've introduced an awesome new piece of tech into your family dynamic, but you don't have to just set your kids loose and hope for the best. There are some very helpful ways that you can stay close to how your children game and get more involved. Here with me is the man who helps bring the family and safety features to players on Xbox, the head of Xbox operations, Dave McCarthy. Hi, Dave, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks for joining me. A lot of families this holiday season will be receiving their first consoles. Can you tell us about family groups and why installing a child or teen account is so important for an Xbox?
It really is an important foundational start with your Xbox to set up that family account. It really puts in place controls around a number of areas. Anything from purchasing to screen time, to the content they can access, and even the people they can communicate with. And it works actually across a range of devices. You can have it work on the console, your Windows 10 PC, and even the Microsoft launcher on Android devices as well.
Now, my son's only 6, and I'm already starting to worry about how much time he spends with screens, like every other parent that I know. You can set limits on screen time for your family members as well, correct?
You can, and as a family, we use that quite often. It's actually a good conversation starter to talk about digital time and what we spend and what we play, and we use that as sort of a foundation to work from. But you can really, as a family, you can get that down to an incredible level of customization. You can specify day of the week, hours of the day, and length of time. And you can manage it down if you want to specify even certain games that you want specific screen time around. I love that flexibility as a family, and you can change it at any time, and it's instantaneous, the changes you make.
All right, so what about content filters? Because I want to keep my 6-year-old away from titles that I don't think that he's quite ready to play yet.
We've put a system in place where you're assured for a child account that they're only playing games up to a certain age level. We extend that functionality as well to things like communications. So you can do things like specify, should they be able to do things like voice communication, should they be able to get friend requests, those sort of things. You're in control of their social experience. And then the last area is around purchasing. And do you want to enable the ability for your child or teen to purchase content? Do you want to be notified? And you have a lot of fidelity there as well on controls. What I do with our teen is that I do allow him to purchase things, but what I do is I provide an allowance. And once he drains that allowance for the week, there's no other spending he can actually do. I also put in place purchase notifications. So in the case of being surprised by purchases, I would get an instant email all the time to say, hey, your daughter just spent such and such, and if I want to go talk to her and have a conversation around it, I can go do that.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for coming in and joining me and giving me a rundown on all of the parental controls that Xbox offers.
It was my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We're in the throes of the holiday season, and that means, well, gifts. And for a lot of you, a new video game console with brand new games ready to boot up with your kids. Now, there's nothing wrong with simply gifting a gaming console to your loved ones, but out of the box, your console may require a number of system updates along with other updates if you plan on installing any games in advance. Now, these can be big downloads. So to manage this, it's best to get yourself set up on the console ahead of time so that there's no waiting around on day one. Here are a few pro tips for getting started. Tip number 1. Plan on spending a little time a day or two early to update everything before the big day, then rebox and wrap. If you have an existing Microsoft account, use it to sign into your new Xbox. Not sure if you have one. If you've logged into an Xbox in the past or signed into Skype, Office, Outlook, Bing, then yes, you have a Microsoft account and you're halfway there already. If you don't have one, create an account for yourself right on the Xbox or over at Microsoft.com. Now, tip number 2, establishing your account as the main one immediately puts you in the driver's seat. Now, this is the account that you'll use to manage your family settings, to build branch accounts for your kids, and of course, you yourself can then play games with your family and friends on your new account. Lock down your main account with a PIN known only to you, just like you would a credit card, to keep your kids from changing the settings. Tip number 3, if you know your kid loves to start from scratch and go through the whole process, hold off on updating and let them do it themselves. And tip number 4, if you're finding you need some extra help along the way, there is a nifty thing called the Xbox Assist app that you can find in the console, which you should definitely check out. But what about the games themselves? Tip number 5, you can buy and gift games by downloading them digitally or purchasing a physical disc copy. Just keep in mind that even with physical copies, you will still need to install it and potentially run updates, so consider installing the game on the Xbox ahead of time if possible. Pop it in the disc tray and the console does the rest. So if you're giving someone a console this holiday season, follow these tips and you will be good to go. All right, so now that we've covered how to manage your kids' screen time, what games are you gonna buy them? Here to discuss a few awesome choices is gamer dad and gamer dad, Rukari Austin. Welcome and thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Much appreciated.
Of course. Picking games that are right for kids at different ages. Many kids, like my own, want to play the more competitive adventure and shooter games. But if you feel, like me, that these aren't right for your kids, that's totally okay, because there's so many other choices out there today. So let's start with the games recommended for everyone. So what are some titles you've got for me?
There's a whole list. I mean, look, I'm gonna name one and everybody should know this name, and it's Minecraft. Get used to that name, because I've heard of it for years now and it's not going away. But there's also Super Lucky's Tale. My son loves playing that, and I've actually had quite a bit of fun playing it as well. There's another one. I haven't played it in a while, but it's Just Dance.
I love Just Dance.
You checked it out?
Yes, I use the mobile controller that you can download for your phone. I love it. Sports games and couch co-ops are also a great option. So what kind of co-op gameplay have we got?
We've definitely had some Madden fun, though my son's still learning the systems, right? He doesn't quite understand this game, so I've won every game.
Oh my gosh!
He's going to get older, and then
true.
I will never win again.
That's actually a solid point, yeah.
Another one I want to introduce
Get your wins in while
you to,
you
yeah.
can. Yeah.
Overcooked. So you talk about those co-op games.
Yes.
Overcooked 2 is a ton of fun, but he's just not ready for the systems yet. He's not ready for the insanity that is me in the kitchen. Like, yo, let's go, chop up the meat patty, get it on there. We need the buns. Like, he's not ready for that, but soon he will be.
Yeah.
And those games are, I mean, a ton of fun for everyone of all ages, not just that older group that's ready to play those, but things that I'm interested in, my kid's interested in.
And I think that's smart too, because those sports titles can also kind of light a fire under kids to go out and play those sports and try them out for themselves.
Because you get the experience of almost like being in the stadium, right? All the different angles. You get to see the team's jerseys, their kits, their unis, whatever you want to call them. You get to see what they're wearing and feel like a part of that, and that encourages you to get out and try it.
All right, so if you have older kids, ones that are ready for more hardcore story options, a little bit more aggressive gameplay, what have you got?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Excellent title.
That is a tougher title to get into. You got to know that your kid is ready for that.
And great storytelling too. I think
absolutely.
that's the key as well. So remember that you can choose to enable access to games that you think are appropriate for your kids' ages. You can set it up so that your teenager's account can play more mature games while your little ones won't have access quite yet. So tell me, is your kid a big gamer?
He has to be. First of all, I love gaming, and so I feel like that's just going to rub off. Whether I want it or not, he will absolutely be a gamer. I remember the first time he came to me and he said, "Dad, I'd love to play something right now."
Yeah.
I said, "Absolutely not, it's a school night." And I felt so hypocritical, but we discussed it. We said, hey, weekends, we can play a bunch. But during the week, let's focus on what we need to do that particular day, and then we'll have our fun later. So we set boundaries and guidelines.
Totally. So research from Common Sense shows that the quality of screen time experience is a better measure of value than screen time itself. So it's important for parents to help kids choose age-appropriate, high-quality games and make sure that they're having fun, learning, and connecting in positive ways, while also balancing game time with other important activities. And I think that's great advice. So how's it been in your experience?
You know, it's funny, I get to look at my child's screen time reports, and I never thought I'd be interested in that. Yeah. But I absolutely am, because I want to see, one, what is he playing? You know, what have we discussed that he's playing? Or do we have that trust? How much time is he spending watching videos, and where the breaks are? Again, I never thought I'd be diving that deep, but it's absolutely wonderful to watch his tendencies and trends, and then I can figure out how I need to best adjust.
I think that's very, very valuable advice. And with that, thank you so much for joining us and giving us your insight.
Glad I could do it. It was a pleasure.
Have fun gaming together with your family this holiday season. And for more information on gaming as a family and to dig in a little bit more, head on over to xbox.com/foreveryone or check out the Xbox Assist app on your console. I'm Jessica Chobot. See you soon.